What's up? This is Barton Simmons. I'm joined by Trey Scott. We've got the flashy sign, which means it's Barton Makes Picks time. We're in the summer.
Summertime.
We're prepping for the season. We're finally looking forward, and we're laying out some expectations. No, we're laying out some results. I mean, this is what's going to happen.
Take it to the bank right now.
Yeah, you can lock it in here. And today we're talking TCU, game-by-game pick, and
I hope you have a better record for them than they had last year. They went 6-6 in the regular season, salvaged it with a win in the Cheez-Its Bowl, 7-6. I hope this is going to go a little bit better for Gary.
Well, look, they were 4-8 in 2013 and went 12-1 in 2014. They were 6-7 in 2016 and went 11-3 in 2017. They were 7-6 last year.
They like to
Could
back
be an up cycle.
All right.
So let's get rolling. And Arkansas Pine Bluff's a win, and then they get a quick bye.
What a ridiculous time to have a bye.
I know, what a wasted bye week. But here we are. We're 1-0, and it's a bye week before a road trip to Purdue.
I'm pumped about this.
Kind of not a bad time to have a bye week.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you got all summer to prep for Purdue, but you know that Jeff Brom is going to have some funky stuff ready for TCU, and that's going to be a great battle of the
Rondale
minds.
Moore, Jalen Rager on the same field.
Yeah, a lot of really good skill players for Purdue against a lot of really talented kind of hybrid defenders for TCU. I think TCU wins this game. And there's a lot of toss-up games on TCU's schedule this year. That's one of them, and I think that they're just a better team right now than Purdue. So 2-0.
SMU.
SMU 3-0.
Kansas. They lost to Kansas last year.
They did, which is all the more reason they're not going to lose this year. They'll be motivated, won't be overlooking Kansas. They got Iowa State the following week, but I think because they lost last year, they'll be focused. Win 4-0.
4-0, going to Ames. They lost here 2 years ago. Remember, they were in the playoff mix. They did beat Iowa State last year in Fort Worth.
I've got Iowa State. I'm bullish on Iowa State this year. I think that Matt Campbell's ready for a breakout season. I got them beating TCU at home. Look, but this is the Big 12 for you this year. There's 10 teams, and there's 7 of them that are probably could beat any of the other ones on any given week. This is one of those games. Iowa State wins that one behind Brock Purdy. And TCU, they're still getting settled at the quarterback position at this point in the season.
Is Alex Delton the man?
Alex Delton more than likely is that guy, at least to start the season, and he's going to be someone that takes care of the football and can do the quarterback run game, can throw. But perhaps late in the season, you might see one of these younger guys.
Plenty of them.
Justin Rogers or one of the
Dugan.
slew of, Max Dugan or Matthew Baldwin. So let's see what happens here. So we got a bye week after that loss.
Yes.
Lick your wounds. Go to Kansas State.
Former home of Alex Delton.
That's right. And that's a win.
Okay. We're at 5-1.
We're at 5-1. Now's a big one. Texas. Texas handled them last year. That was going into that game. We thought that was fresh off of their strong showing against Ohio State. Felt like they could win that game, and Texas really took care of business. But look, TCU had a lot of injuries last year. People that follow that program know that. They should be healthier this year. If they don't get bit by the injury bug, they'll be ready for these type of games. I think that they will be motivated and focused. Texas lost a lot last year as well. I think this is an upset. I think TCU pulls an upset on your Texas Longhorns.
Okay, so 6-1. And I was going to say TCU lost that game because of turnovers last year. Sean Robinson really shot them in the foot. Maybe Alex Delton's more steady presence.
That's all they need.
6-1. Well, that's okay. At Oklahoma State now.
You're a little frazzled.
Shell shocked.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one of those games, and I don't necessarily think Oklahoma State is going to be one of the top teams in the Big 12, but it's one of those teams that can beat any others. And that's a team that traditionally has some great matchups with TCU. I think this is one of those games, particularly off of the emotional high of beating Texas. TCU comes back down, gets caught slipping in Stillwater. That's a loss.
6-2.
So 6-2. Then you got Baylor, another one of these really good football teams. I mean, this is quite a backloaded schedule. I think they do find a way to beat Baylor, though.
7-2.
So pretty good year so far.
Yeah, this is a great year.
They're heading to Lubbock now.
It's getting hard now because you're going to Lubbock and then Norman.
Right, and I do think that they find a way in Lubbock. That's always a little bit of a hairy situation as well, and particularly going on the road, that's going to be tricky. But I like this team, again, defensively. They're really finding their sea legs. They're really, I think Gary Patterson's dialed in at this point. Not a lot of turnover on that coaching staff offensively, and I think quarterback spot is finally settled with Shehu Olanalua at running back and Darius Anderson and Jalen Rager. They got weapons, so they win that one. But now we got Oklahoma.
Well, it was at 8-2 though. You're in the mix for one of the spots in the Big 12 title game. You're probably not in the playoff mix because you got 2 losses, but you're at least a top 15 team. Things are looking really good. This game at Oklahoma could be college game day.
Yeah, I mean, particularly given what we think that this team is. Yeah, I think you're right. But Oklahoma, to me, especially with what I think will be an improved defense behind Alex Grinch, a defensive coordinator, I think they'll make more plays on the defensive side of the ball. And I just have more confidence in Jalen Hurts and, frankly, whoever's at quarterback in these sort of big games. I think TCU will be improved at quarterback, but when you need a play, I'm going to trust Oklahoma to be able to get that done, so they don't quite get it done there in Norman.
8-3, West Virginia now in the season.
Yeah, and that's a home game.
Yep.
You know what? They're gonna pull themselves together, get up off the mat after a tough loss, and they're gonna take care of business against West Virginia. 9-3.
That's one heck of a bounce back with a bowl game for 10. You get to beat Texas too, one of Gary Patterson's least favorite teams.
No doubt. I think you got to feel good about 9-3. That's a success to me. We'll see what Gary Patterson thinks.